tributes are flowing for Hollywood actor Matthew Perry. The beloved Friends star was found dead at his home in Los Angeles at the weekend. He played Chandler Bing in the blockbuster series and taught a generation of millennials how to laugh at themselves. Our US entertainment correspondent is Sam Rubin, and he joins us this morning. Sam, what are we hearing about exactly how he died?
I think we will get a coroner's report at some point, but Ryan, I think the general thought is he was in his jacuzzi, his hot tub next to his swimming pool, and very likely had a heart attack while in the hot tub, then submerging in the water and essentially drowning. So it's a very, very sad end to somebody who brought so much extraordinary happiness and entertainment to people over the years. I kind of think of three Matthew Perrys, really. Obviously, Chandler Bing, the global sitcom star. And as you and I are having this conversation, there are episodes of Friends airing all around the world, not because Matthew Perry has died, but because the show remains extraordinarily successful in syndication, reruns, international syndication. A timeless show. Even though the show is decades old, it still plays. And I think for many, myself included, he was my favorite friend, the funniest of the Friends cast. So that's Matthew Perry number one. Matthew Perry number two is what he endured as a very, very intense drug and addict and alcoholic, and an extraordinary amount of abuse. And it leaves some to wondering in almost amazement that he was able to live this long, 54 years of age, but tremendous damage done to his physical and mental health. And then the third Matthew Perry, how he wants to be remembered as somebody who really was an active participant in the sober community. He took his Malibu home, turning it into a sober house. He wrote the book almost a year ago to the day, all about sobriety, and his hope that if he could now, instead of just entertaining people, he could actually help people. And I think he did. And it's sad and it's melancholy, but it was an extraordinary, Herculean struggle for years and years and years.
Yeah, it certainly was. Sam, have we heard from any other of the Friends cast?
Ryan, we have not as of yet, and I don't think from the major cast. We've heard from supporting players and other people who've worked with Matty, as they called him over the years. The other five remaining original cast members, I think those thoughts are going to be very considered, and I wonder if they'll release a joint statement, individual statements. The morning shows here, of course, are tomorrow morning. Maybe somebody appears, but I don't think so. The thing that was so evident during that huge Friends reunion was how well five of them were doing and how one was really, really struggling. And that one was Matthew Perry. He talked about making a penguin analogy, how they all stuck together and helped support one another. He felt very supported by his cast members, but this must be the realization of what many of them had feared for so long.
Tell us about Justin Trudeau. The Canadian Prime Minister has been paying his respects. What's the link there?
Well, Matthew Perry, although born in the States, was raised partially in Canada by Canadian parents. He went to elementary school with Justin Trudeau, who wrote a recollection about remembering him then. As Perry's star rose, Canada claimed him. And of course, his stepfather, Keith Morrison, who was a Canadian broadcaster, now very, very successful American broadcaster. So Thoreau just said how, funny and mischievous and fond recollections. And this was really the case from everybody. Often when you get to these heights, Ryan, you find that people, oh, well, there was this disagreeable period. Oh, there was this, there was that. People, I think this is the phrase we've been using for the last, 18 hours. People were really rooting for Matthew Perry. I think they really liked him, were really engaged by him. And then as word of his struggles became evident, I think people were hoping somehow he could get past it. I think in the very final year of his life, I think he did get past it, but it is, I suspect you'll hear from the coroner that there was so much abuse before, it catches up with you.
It certainly does. Thank you so much for your time and for remembering him with us this morning. US entertainment correspondent Sam Rubin, just coming up to 7 o'clock here on AM.